So what got me interested in this today was I was looking at my channel. I wanted to change the video on my channel to a new one. And one of the videos that popped up right away was I caught an EVP on my security camera. It was the very first one where it said, "Hey, loser." Remember that? That was Dougie. That would be Dougie saying, "Hey, loser." You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
This is back in the day from 3 years ago or 4 years ago before we acknowledged it. So I'm like, "Oh, this is giving me the shivers." I'm like, freaking me out here. And it was. But now I'm like, it's like common everyday occurrence if you pay attention to it.
Does it sound like Doug?
It didn't sound like Doug, but it sounded like a young male voice, because people were even saying in the comments, that's a young male voice. I didn't recognize it as Doug's voice, but it said, "Hey, loser," no matter how many times you can listen to it.
Hey, well, send me the video and I'll go through it, but...
I'm not done editing it, but be maybe another hour. I got about 3 more minutes just to go through and see if there's anything in there, but
yeah.
I'll render out what I got and I'll send it to you.
Bill's in the mail.
What's that?
The bill will be in the mail. Something I want to say about this week's work. I've spent 7 hours so far doing various EVP work, and I've thrown it all out the window because it just wasn't good enough. All right, I'm getting to the stage where I know what I can do with my method, and I'm doing various experiments here, and if it's not good enough, clear enough to convince people, there's no point in me going through it. So the other night, the election night, I had my window open from 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. and you could hear the little creek trickling. I put the video camera up there. Yes, it captured some words, some strange things, but it's just too faint and fuzzy to really make it clear. Yesterday, I took my wife's old radio we've had since the 1990s when her mother passed away. Robin got that radio. I put it on a staticky channel, something like Marcello Bacci, kind of like his experiments, only he used to use a tube radio to bring in the voices of the dead. Well, I did a 2-hour experiment with that, tried all different settings, different softwares, and it just wasn't clear enough again, no voices. So that was tossed out. Then Gary sent me something this morning he wanted me to work on, which is going to go up on his channel, that he captured from his security cameras. I watched his video, okay? Yeah, I can hear some little faint mumblings in there. It's like the work I've been doing all this week. I told him myself I wouldn't put that on my channel because it's not really going to prove anything. He thinks he hears my name, his name. I listen to it, it's possibly there. It's just not clear enough. So anyways, I want to go back to my book of mysteries you guys sent me. I want to do a water session through either my speakers down here or the wife's computer. I'm on to something where it's so much clearer than these other methods that are not working. So I'm going to push this button 3 times. Number 6, my lucky number. Let's see what that mystery is. Okay, number 6, where are you? Okay, it's not ringing a bell. The Circleville letters. Interesting. Let's get into this. Okay, I'm running this camera, the Sony camera. You can hear my voice echoing through the speakers at my wife's computer. I have 2 full pages on the Circleville letters mystery. I've said my prayer of protection. Get in the sugar bowl. Let's do this. Okay, here we go. Good afternoon, spirits. I've said my prayer of protection, and I've asked you to bring in somebody who's passed away to answer the last question for us. Can you say the name of the person I've asked you to bring forward at the end? I can hear the talking over there, but I can't make out what's being said. Okay, let's get into these. We've got lots of questions here. The person who wrote the letters, what was their purpose in doing so? How did the letter writer know about the affair between Mary Gillespie and Gordon Massey? Why would the letter writer threaten to put a bullet in Mary's daughter's head if Mary didn't end the affair? Was the letter writer a man or a woman? Do you spirits think that the person who wrote those letters was evil? In 1977, Ron Gillespie, Mary's husband, received a phone call that enraged him. He took a gun and his truck and said he was going to confront the letter writer. Apparently, he lost control of his truck at high speed and died on impact with a tree. Was Ron Gillespie murdered? Was he drunk when he hit that tree? Was Paul Freshour the Circleville letter writer, yes or no? Did Paul Freshour set up that booby trap with his gun in it? Did he lie about his gun being stolen? When Paul Freshour was in prison, the Circleville letters did not stop. Was somebody else sending these letters while Paul was in jail? Or was Paul still writing those letters? Was Paul Freshour a scapegoat? Did his ex-wife set him up? Did Karen Sue or her boyfriend have anything to do with that booby trap and the gun? Paul's fingerprints have been found on a dozen or more of the Circleville letters. Was that because he handled those letters? Okay, now I want you to bring forward, if you can, Paul Freshour himself. Paul, you died in 2012 at the age of 70. Do you want to come through here and tell us the truth? When you were alive, did you write those letters? All right, thank you, Spirit Team. Thank you, Paul. Just got a big whoosh down my neck here of acknowledgement. Love, peace, joy, and adventure to you, spirits. I'm going to send out some light. Like I just heard the word light over my shoulder. All right, love, peace, joy, and adventure to you, viewers. I don't know how to explain this to you, but these voices, they're communicating with us, and this is working. We'll catch you guys in the next video. If you are intrigued by the research I'm doing here and you think that I might actually be onto something, feel free to like, subscribe, and share with your friends who may also enjoy the material. You can check out our Reddit community over on the Reddit page, r/optimalfrequency. If you want to donate like these folks have on the screen, you can use the donate button on the top of the YouTube banner. Every dollar is appreciated. Love, peace, joy, and adventure to all of you. Thanks for hanging out. We'll catch you in the next video.